Om Shanti. Good morning. Welcome back. I'm sure we have all deepened our journey so much. And this morning was such a rich experience from Vedanti Ben. I'm sure that you've had the opportunity to put part of this puzzle for yourself together to address that deep theme that we had created of healing in pure love of silence. And so this morning, we are very fortunate that together with ourselves today, we have Brother Charlie joining us. And I think it's so appropriate that at a time like this, we have this powerful opportunity of also getting to experience that journey. And so the theme for this morning that we look at is keeping the heart clean. And so our brother Charlie couldn't be a much more best suited expert to talk about this. I think my personal experience of Charlie Bai has been that he has really developed the art and the speciality to understand the heart. And I've always experienced his very genuine and sincere connection in relationships. There's always been such a beautiful feeling of sincere respect and regard. And I think yesterday Jayanti Ben took up the energy of forgiveness and then to embrace the next energy of then keeping that heart clean. I think it's a wonderful journey. So I'm sure that you are putting all the threads of your parcel, of the pieces of your puzzle actually together and deepening this journey of healing. So now I'd like to warmly welcome Brother Charlie. Brother Charlie, welcome.
Changes us from spirit into skin. The face in the mirror has no crown of light. The inner eye of love deceived has lost its sight. True heart, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. shadow lifted from our very soul as the link of love begins to take control. The mirror of illusion is no more. The travelers stand again upon the shore. A journey that has taken us so very far from a world of mortals to a shining star. True hearts, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. True hearts, we can never be apart. I don't want it any other way. Sweet song, a soundless chant that lingers on. A fire of love creates the golden day. True
Om Shanti. And a very, very loving welcome to all of Baba's beautiful family in all corners of the world to this amazing silence retreat, which is bathing our whole world in the power of silence. And in my experience, it's silence that heals me so deeply. It's silence that heals the core of my being. In silence, I taste the true nature of the self. I don't just believe I'm a soul. I don't just visualize I'm a soul. I don't just imagine I'm a soul. I become the essence of that experience, and peace begins to penetrate my being. In silence, I resonate with Shiv Baba. I come in front of Shiv Baba, I, the soul, with my eternal beloved. My senses aren't pulling me, nothing is pulling me. I'm totally present with Baba. And Baba's pure feelings, pure vibrations, his absolute love and acceptance of me starts to penetrate and enter the core of my being. And this is when the deep healing of the soul and of the heart begins. And Baba tells us our story of the heart to help me understand why my heart is sometimes feeling so hurt or so empty or so damaged. I began in the Golden Age a world of divine love. Such a world of love that there was no concept of not belonging, no concept of you or me. We are all one, we belong. The whole atmosphere just totally resonates with the sense of closeness, belonging, and love. This is sitting in my memory track. This experience of perfection, of love, is sitting in my memory track. And this is why, as old souls, we Brahmins are sometimes so idealistic about what love should be like, because we've tasted the perfection. And when my present relationships don't live up to that, or I can't really maintain consistent loving feelings, deep down I feel a bit of a failure, that I'm not very good in this world of relating to others, of sharing love. And so we come to the Copper Age. And all that happens in the Copper Age is that we don't stop loving. We continue to love. We just begin to love the wrong things. It's that simple. So when I love myself as a body, that becomes ego. When I love the bodies of others, that becomes lust and attachment. When I love material things, possessions and wealth, that becomes greed. Perhaps we could say that all the vices is perverted forms of love. I used to have a full heart of love in the Golden Age, but now I am needy of love. I'm looking to you to love me. I'm looking to others to fill the emptiness in my heart. I search for true love. I invest my heart in relationships. And I give everything. But no relationship is permanent. And so whether it's time, whether it's change, whether it's conflict, whether it's death, the object of my love goes. And this begins to affect me deeply. I feel fear and I feel insecure. So from now on in the Copper Age, I begin to bring a lot of fear and insecurity into my relationships. It's all mixed together. I experience preferences. I like you, but I prefer you. And so the world which I knew of perfect love has been broken. And now a different atmosphere has entered. And then I begin to step into the Iron Age. And when I step into the Iron Age, what does love become? What does love become? I'm still yearning for this true love, this pure love. But what do I receive? I receive conditional love. Conditional love is love like a tap. You can turn it on or turn it off. I will love you or I'll stop loving you. So I use love to manipulate and control. Sometimes conditional love says, I will love you, but you have to do what I want. It is love, but it's love that manipulates and controls. Or sometimes there is selfish love. Sometimes the heart is so empty that all I can think about is you supporting me, you loving me, you caring for me. And so when I have this selfish type of love, it ends up that I have such high expectations of what you should be giving me. And when you don't live up to those high expectations, I feel deeply disappointed. Some are permanently disappointed in others, but we don't realize it's my own selfishness which is the seed. Or sometimes in the Iron Age we even experienced superficial love. And this is really based on when I love you as a body rather than a soul. Because when I love you as a body, I only see that which is superficial. And when I get to know you, your personality, your sanskaras begin to emerge. And so love often moves from incredible attraction to familiarity to even dislike or rejection. So I go through this whole cycle of attraction to repulsion. And that hurts really deeply, because sometimes I feel I can't sustain a relationship, because initially I was focusing on the limited self, just what I see physically, rather than really meeting the soul. Or sometimes even love becomes dependent. And where there's dependent love, then I have a sense of losing my freedom. I completely feel that I've lost my freedom. So it's like a love-hate relationship. I love you because you give me support, but I don't like you because I feel controlled, and I feel I've lost my sense of freedom of spirit. And so coming into the Iron Age, all these forms of love are experienced. The result, my heart becomes damaged. I feel quite vulnerable. And to protect myself, what do? I build a wall around my heart. I build a wall here to protect myself from being hurt. Because the greatest pain in life is the pain of relationship, the pain of feeling not loved, not belonging, rejected, unloved, etc. So to protect myself, I build a wall so that I don't accept that pain or take that pain. But when I build the wall, it actually doesn't allow me to express my love too. I build a wall around my heart. And this wall is really my ego. There is such a deep relationship between ego and love. The more ego I have, the less lovable I am. And what is the role of ego? What is the role of ego? The role of ego is to make you feel separate. When I'm under the influence of my ego starts to whisper in my mind, you don't belong. People don't want you. People don't love you. People don't accept you. People reject you. And that story is so loud inside of my head that I really feel disconnected. I don't belong anywhere. And this is probably the greatest sadness in the human spirit. When we began the cycle, I was absolutely open-hearted, connected with everyone. Everyone I came in touch with was this 100% sharing of these beautiful feelings of give and take and love. And by the end, I've built a wall around my heart, and there's this deep grief, such a deep sadness. And so whenever I lose a relationship or a loved one dies, it opens this deep wound of grief inside of me. The original grief in the human spirit is that I've lost that true love of God, that memory of perfection, of love, of belonging, of closeness, which makes you feel so full, so secure, so comfortable, and so peaceful. And this grief really sits in the corner of my heart so deeply. And so then I step into the confluence age and I meet Baba. But I carry into the confluence age often a fairly unhealthy heart, a heart that needs a lot of healing. Sometimes I have a broken heart, and these are the hearts that have experienced a loss. There's been a loss due to conflict, there's been a loss due to separation, there's been a loss due to death, and so my heart has been broken. I've taken support from somebody, they've gone, and my heart is broken. Or sometimes there's an empty heart. This is the heart that always wants to take. All I can feel is taking. We know the law of life says, if you want love, give it. And so the empty heart is the one that's always looking to take. And so they always feel empty. Or there's the closed heart. The closed heart is the heart that trusted, completely trusted, and that heart was betrayed. And so that heart finds it so hard to trust once again. And so it closes up. Or there's a heavy heart. Sometimes the experience of loss and all the things that we've been talking about just makes the heart so heavy. Or maybe I've performed some things, I've done some things in relationships that makes me feel guilty or burdened. Or even sometimes the heart has become so delicate, so fragile, shall we say, so sensitive. Whatever happens is hurting my heart. So I step into Brahman life. I become Baba's child. But most of us have some form or all forms of heart disease. And we sit in front of Baba as a little child. And my first experience is I've come home. Baba, I found you. You're the ocean of love. You're the one who's going to love me. You're the one who's going to heal me. You're the one who's going to help me heal this diseased heart that I've been carrying in the copper and iron age. And so I sit in front of Baba with a lot of expectations. And sometimes I have some good experiences, but often I can't feel much. It's like I'm sitting in front of the love I've been looking for, but I can't feel much. This is the journey of Brahman life. Don't worry, don't give up. It takes time to unlock this closed heart. It takes time to begin to heal. Be patient. It will work in time. Because I feel that in my own experience that Baba gives this incredible education, this amazing education to fully and completely heal my heart. And the first thing that Baba teaches us, and one of the things that hit me so deeply when I heard it from Baba, when he said, true love is that love which always exists. True love is that love which always exists. And so I have to begin to refocus my love. All I have to do is refocus from temporary things, temporary relationships, temporary roles, and focus it on everything permanent. The more I attach my heart to anything temporary, I build fear and insecurity into my life. So what do I begin to do? I begin to learn to love Baba as a soul. I begin to learn to love myself as a soul. And I begin to learn to love others as a soul. So the healing begins because I now realize that true love is loving those things which are always there. And this will heal my fear of losing that which I love. But secondly, I shift my love from physical to spiritual. And I begin to see that if I am attracted to anyone on a physical level, it will instantly disable my ability to love. But secondly, I begin to transform my love from physical to spiritual. I begin to transform love from the body to the soul. Thirdly, I transform my love from love based on emotion to love based on truth. Love based on emotion is that body conscious love that loves you one day and rejects you the next day. That has made us so confused. But love from the intellect, love based on the intellect, is love based on understanding, is love based on truth. This is the love Baba gives us. He sees us. He knows our value. And whether my stage goes up or down or left or right, Baba keeps loving because he has a vision of the beauty, and his vision stays fixed on my beauty. His vision doesn't love me because I do something well one day, and if I make a mistake the next day, rejects me. That's the emotional love. Then Baba even teaches us how to transform our love from dependent love to pure love. And this really means that I have this love which is detached but totally loving. And this is the great wisdom to restore and heal so many human relationships, is to be completely detached. And that really enables me to be completely loving. Once Baba said, to be truly loving, you have to be detached. Because when I'm detached, I can love you in a good mood and I can love you in a bad mood. So Baba gives us this how to love accurately. What is true love? But in my experience, there's 3 beliefs I hold about myself that block my ability to love myself, love Baba, and love others. And that first belief is that I'm not lovable. And this belief can be so deep inside of me that even when people offer me love, I can't feel it, because I've held this deep belief that I'm not lovable. And for me, how did I begin to heal this? To sit in front of Baba at Amrit Vela. Sit in front of Baba and just become a small child. Even become like a little baby in front of Baba. So step out of the walls of your ego that have sort of been built around your heart. Just become a little baby and really sit in front of the ocean and allow yourself to be loved. Just sit so quietly, so innocently like a little child, and allow yourself to be completely loved. Give yourself permission. And even if your heart just opens 1 millimeter, that's a start. Don't worry if it takes time. Keep practicing every morning. And as your heart opens, more love comes in. More love comes in, the more self-respect is gained. And the more self-respect is gained, the better you feel. And the more you can start to enjoy that give and take of love with others. The second belief I hold about myself is that I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough to be loved. Sometimes I have the image that for 63 births, we are the souls who've gone into all the temples and all the churches, all the mosques and all the synagogues. And what have we done? Oh God, you're so pure, you're so great. Or oh deity, or whoever I'm worshipping, and I'm so impure, and I'm so this and that. Just think, the effect on your psyche, birth after birth, year after year, day after day, this sort of reinforcement of my own impurity, it's left a powerful effect, a huge effect. And for me, my first meeting with Baba was that Baba gave me drishti. And I began to see that Baba saw me so elevated and I saw myself so low. And I began to realize that really Baba's vision is the eternal reality. My vision is the temporary reality. I'm stuck in this temporary place of this addiction to a negative, closed, limited vision on myself. The sign of a knowledgeful soul is that I will step out of the addiction of my old self, that vision on my old self, and step into God's vision. It's my duty to step into Baba's vision and accept his drishti, because I am his worthy child. He sees me as his worthy child. It's me that holds this belief that I'm not worthy. And the more I step into Baba's vision, this sense of unworthiness, one of the deepest remnants of our bhakti, that I'm not really pure enough or good enough to be loved by God. This has a massive healing on my heart. And finally, the belief that I can't trust. I can't trust anyone. Because of human relationships, maybe for many births, I felt betrayed, I felt let down, I felt people have abandoned me, so I can't trust. And even though I want to trust Baba, my habit not to trust means sometimes even it takes time to begin to trust Baba. But Baba begins to really win our trust. Because Baba will always keep his promises. Baba will never let us down. Baba always walks his talk. He always does what he says. Baba is always benevolent and completely predictable. And so when I get to know Baba and observe him like that, it starts to rebuild my ability to trust. And when I really break down these beliefs that I've held about myself, that I'm not lovable, that I'm not worthy, that I can't trust, then my heart begins to open again and I allow Baba in. And the deeper I allow Baba in, this is the deepest healing of the human soul at the confluence age, this restoration of my self-respect based on Baba's love. And once Baba said, to the extent you have self-respect, you can respect others. To the extent you have self-respect, you will be humble. To the extent you have self-respect, you will be loving and everyone will love you. And so the healing takes time, it needs patience. But this is the greatest healing, that if I stick with Baba, I will become completely healthy and whole once again. So let us have a few minutes to reflect on these thoughts in silence. And I will offer a few thoughts. Let me sit in front of Baba as a little child. And let me consciously open my heart to receive the most precious gift of all eternity, the pure, divine love of the Supreme. Throughout the whole cycle, there can be no higher experience. Just feel yourself as a bodiless soul, present in front of your beloved. And feel this love is my birthright. Baba wants nothing more than to fill me with his true love. Just feel this divine love like a sakash entering the core of your being. Just relax. Open your heart even more and feel Baba's gentle, loving vibrations entering me, caressing me, and healing me. Baba, I have nothing to hide. I open to you completely. The more I let go, the more I open. The more love enters. In this sweet feeling of complete union, complete belonging, I feel so silent inside. It's like I have everything I need. Nothing is lacking. And in this feeling of complete connection, I let go all the feelings of unworthiness. Baba, you have adopted me. You have found me and made me belong to you. I have come home. And your love, your respect, your care is healing the core of my heart. These feelings take me back into my original state of self-respect. And Baba, I am pulled to remain in these feelings as much as possible. naturally remember you. And the more I remember you, the complete healing takes place. I feel transformed. I feel pure. I feel whole once again. Om Shanti.
Wow. So powerful. Thank you, Charlie Pai. I think this is like deep surgery to the soul. It's such a powerful dose of healing energy. Thank you from the heart. I think on this weekend of healing the heart, you have provided us with an incredible dose. I know some of you may have got a little distracted because there were some problems with the translation, but fortunately they got sorted out, and thank you for being patient. It only went into the chat because some translations weren't working. But overall was a really, really deep session. I'm sure it's something that we can hear over and over again and digest it for ourselves. So from the heart, thank you for healing the heart and placing us in front of Baba to have that open heart surgery. Thank you, Charlie Pai. Okay, so this was a powerful dose, and now we will go into the reflection question for today so that we can go into it at a deeper level. And then there's just a few announcements before the evening session, for the evening session. So the question for today as we go into reflection time, what do I need to do today to release my heart into greater health and happiness? What do I need to do today to release my heart into greater health and happiness? So this is part of the reflection time. I'm sure many of us want to go through Brother Charlie's class again. It will be on the YouTube. It's such a deep, deep class. Thank you. So we're going to soon go into reflection time, and we will meet back this evening. But before that, just a few announcements so that we all come back together. We meet again this evening at 1800 hours Central European Time. And this evening we have an interview with Hansa Ben, and the topic is Dadi's healing power. And then we will be in Abati. Yesterday, some